You ready?
Go for it.
You let me know when.
Go for it, Captain.
You let me know when.
It's when.
Just
Right now.
Just go like that.
Cool.
Greetings from Podcastville. Uncle Joey's Joint is brought to you by DraftKings. Listen to me. The biggest college basketball tournament of the year is heating up. You got to get off the fucking couch and get into the tournament action, all right? Here's what I got for you this week. Are you ready for this one? You bet $4 on an underdog, any fucking underdog. If they win, you're up $256. That's 64 to 1 odds. That's fucking insanity. You understand me? But that's DraftKings. It's fun. It's easy. Who's gonna win? Think you know? Well, all it takes is $4 to get a shot at winning $256. The ATM is spitting out 20s, like when I used to do that bank in the 80s, 82, when I used to. But anyway, it don't matter. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your fucking mouth is, right or wrong. And that's when DraftKings Sportsbook comes in. College ball ain't for you, you're fucking out of your mind. $4 wins you $256. You better get a quick fucking education from one of your buddies. But if it's not for you, I understand. But listen, DraftKings Sportsbook offers other great fucking odds and promotions on hockey, NBA, golf, and much, much more with a tremendous online casino. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Withdraw your money when you want. It's your motherfucking money. Who's better than you? You can get your dick sucked. You can do whatever you want. You understand me? But it all starts by you downloading the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Right now. Stop fucking around. Use promo code Joey. When you sign up, you turn $4 into $256 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me or what? Even if you went out and played the local lottery, they ain't gonna give you that dough. Anyway, pick the underdog of your choosing to pull the upset. Just fucking bet against Gonzaga. That's what I'm gonna do. Every week I'm gonna bet against Gonzaga until they fucking crumble. You know what I'm saying? That you can't go 31-1 or 31-0. I think Larry Bird's team was 31-0. But it don't matter. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Joey and get a chance of putting $4 into $256 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, here's the part the lawyers make me say. You gotta be 21 or older. Take your fucking kazoo and shove it up your ass. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Colorado got some gambling. New customers only. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Now, if you got a gambling problem, I don't want you fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or if you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Deal with your help. But if you're fucking ready to make some cash and get your balls licked this weekend, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Listen, you can't show up at a girl's house. I got no money for fly. Yeah. Listen, I'm giving you the sure shot solution right here. $4 gets you $256. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and tell them your Uncle Joey sent you. You understand me? Now, the joint is also brought to you by Gabi Insurance. Gabi, G-A-B-I. We're all looking for ways to save on money, right? Especially now. Everybody's waiting for that small 1400 that's going to come and go like, you know. So let me ask you this. How'd you like a little extra $961 a year in your pocket? If I could save you $961 per year, what would you do? That's how much Gabi customers save per year on their car and home insurance. Before I go looking for insurance, I talk to Gabi, that's who's insuring me now in Jersey, on my car. Compare what you got and 40 top other insurance providers like Progressive, Nationwide, and Travelers. Just link your current insurance account, and in 2 minutes, you'll be able to see quotes from the exact same coverage you currently have. Listen, man, I was living in LA. I didn't know. When I moved here, I was looking for different insurance. They gave me a binder the one day. I worked with Gabi before. I said, let me give them a try. My wife says I'm saving a ton of money from what I was paying before on my car. So what I'm trying to say to you, it's easy. Only take 1 minute to take a look at what these savages got. The next round is on me. Gabi customers save $961 per year on average. I bet you'd like that in your pocket. Now, if they can't find you the savings, they'll let you know so you can relax knowing that you have the best rate out there. Nobody else does that for you. Gabby does. So do me a favor. You're probably overpaying on your car and home insurance. See how much Gabby can save. Just take a look. What's it gonna hurt? Right now, times are rough. It's totally free to check, and there's no obligation. So go to Gabby.com/Uncle Joey. That's Gabby, GABI.com/Uncle Joey. And it's totally free to check it out. There's no obligation. If you could save $200, $300, $400, $900, who's better than you, especially at these times? So go to Gabby.com/Uncle Joey and save some money with insurance. Let's get this podcast going now. That's it. It's Wednesday. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Let's get this party started.
Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Yeah, Joey's in the back.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Happy Valentine's Day. Half of you motherfuckers will be marching, whatever, getting drunk. You're probably fucking lit by now. You filthy cocksuckers, and I don't blame you. I remember when I was younger, St. Patty's Day, I used to go nuts. You start snorting coke the day before on St. Henry's Day. You know what I'm saying? So by the time Patty comes around, you're ready for that motherfucker. Thank you very much for enjoying the Theo Von podcast. Listen, man, we're going to start Zooming once a week because this is just, listen, I love talking to you guys. I love letting you know what's in my heart. But to be honest with you, I've been feeling a lot better since I've been doing the Zooms. It took a lot of pressure off me. Plus, I got to see my friends. We've been talking on the phone. We've been just talking. You know, I've been talking with all these guys. So now when I see them in the Zoom, it's like it brings a lot of emotion back to you. It lets me know how much I love Theo. I love that kid. I love that kid with all my heart, and I'm happy he came on, and I'm happy I kept in touch with him, and that's what we do. You keep in touch with your friends, the ones that matter. Some people don't matter. They tape it off, you know. Me, I try to do my hardest. When I see somebody who doesn't have interest, I lay off them, but that's the rule number one of the fucking joint. You got to give a fuck about your friends, and you got to check in with them. Not text them, check in with them. How you doing? What's going on? How's mom's doing? And, you know, it's a tough pandemic for fucking everybody. I was just telling Mike that my friend's dad died. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the type of guy I am. I've known this guy for 3 months. 3 months. So if you want me to tell you he's a good friend and lie to you, you know these people, oh, you know, you don't even know the fucking person. So what are you so fucking, you know? But he's such a great guy, this guy Mike. He's such a great guy. He's done me so many good things since I moved here. I called him the other day to check on him, and he goes, Joey, I can't talk. I'm with my father in the fucking hospital. You know, I didn't think about it. Then we have a mutual friend, the guy who gives me guitar lessons, told me that his father had COVID or whatever, and or the whole family got it, and, you know, just one of these fucking horror fucking stories that you read today. So I checked in with him every day, you know, Friday, Saturday, you know, and then last night I got the call that his father passed. I didn't want to bother him right off the bat. Like, you don't want to jump on somebody right off the bat. So I just let him know that I was thinking about him. But I got to tell you something, guys. While I was doing it, I got fucking teary-eyed because it's like, when does this shit end? I don't even know this motherfucker that well. It's not like he's one of my friends from 40 years or 30 years or 20 years. But at one point, your empathy starts to fucking break. You start looking at these people. I got home before. I had to do 1,000 fucking things this morning. I get home fucking 10 o'clock, fucking, you know, the computer, Facebook, a kid carrying his mother in a fucking casket. I want to see that. I need those fucking memories in my life. But that's what's happening today, so If it's happening to you, I'm fucking sorry. Our hearts go out to you and your families, man. But back to this motherfucker. Listen, guys, when I told you the other day I was fucking around, heartbroken about J-Lo and Alex, do you really think I give a Frenchman's fuck? It was a joke, you dumb fucks. I was just fucking around because most Americans are at home going, oh my God, what are we going to do about J-Lo and Alex? What are you going to do? She's ran through the fucking mill. She's run through the mill, from rappers to roller skaters to ice dancers to dancers, baseball players. Now everybody thinks Canseco is fucking what? Canseco knew. She's going to run through this fucking guy too. Canseco's over there now with a swami thing, reading palms. Like somebody gives a fuck about him. Go put a fucking needle in your arm, you cocksucker. It's like, you know, these fucking women in L.A., and it's tough to describe. Like, it's tough to describe, you know. Now everybody wants to cancel Bill Burr. The guy didn't even do nothing. But they set themselves up. These motherfuckers are setting themselves up because it's like, why do you have him there? You know he hates the whole status quo shit. You know there's a bunch of us that hated that shit from day one. Myself, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr. That ain't for us. Can you listen? If you're ever sitting there with your family during the Academy or the Grammys, and you're like, I wish I was there. Get up and go bang your head against the wall 10 times. You have no idea how bad those things are. I know people who have gone in between commercial breaks. They got extras sitting there, and they have to get up. They don't let you get up. It's a fucking nightmare. You see from the bottom of the barrel. Those event things are fucking jokes. They're fucking jokes amongst us. So if you're going to call Bill Burr to do one of those things, Bill Burr's going to shit on it. That's why I love Bill. You can't take nothing from us. Listen, you could only cancel us if we let you cancel us. That's it. You could cancel us if we let you cancel. Like me, they want to do that thing about the girl 23 years ago. You're in no danger. You're in no fucking danger. You're in no danger about canceling nothing. If you were going to cancel me, you should cancel me about kidnapping the dude. But you didn't. You didn't give a fuck about a guy handcuffed in a trunk of a car with fucking handcuffs on, in there fucking like Momo. Fucking, no, you didn't care about him. You cared about some girl that nobody fucking knew. Nobody knew. But that's the world we live in today. And that's what so every comic, most comics, 90% of comics are walking around like, what can I say? You say whatever the fuck you want to say, and you let the pieces fall where the fuck they fall. If they don't like it, switch the fucking channel. That's it. It's that fucking simple. I'm not going to say what I want to say from my heart because I'm scared that you're going to cancel me. Go fuck yourself. That ship sailed. I canceled myself in fucking 2007 when I stopped snorting coke. I canceled myself. So you're in no fucking danger. But it was nice talking to Theo. You know, listen, man, me and Theo have been going through something for the last 4 or 5 years. Me and Theo always have deep discussions about comedy and how it should be done or whatever. And we both came to the conclusion last week. Before we did the podcast, we were talking on the phone like a week before that. And I go, now I know what was eating away at you and I. It's that we were burnt out. Number one. Number two, we were living amongst those fucking people. We're straight up people. He's from New Orleans. He's a Louisiana from the South boy. He's not into all that fucking Hollywood bullshit. You think I'm into that Hollywood bullshit? I know exactly who the fuck I am. I'm a felon. They don't want me. I don't want them. They don't want me around them. I don't want them around me. And they make believe like, oh, we love Joe. No, you don't. No, you don't. But I know that going in. As long as you know it going in, you're not going to get your feelings hurt. You're not going to get upset. You're not going to get mad. Nothing's going to happen to you. Bill Burr is handling everything he does 100% right. He stuck up for Gina Carano, which he had every right to. We all do because they fired her over fucking nothing, over some stupid shit because they were scared. She said the truth. So what they're trying to do now is fucking, if you say the truth, if you feel in your heart you're saying the truth, say it. Who gives a fuck? If they're going to cancel you, what are they going to do? Take away your little shit job? What are they going to do? Just don't be a fucking jerk off about it. Stand and commit. It's so funny when you first get into comedy, you write jokes, and sometimes you're not ready for those jokes. You write a joke and you say it and you laugh and you go, fuck, it's a funny joke, but the audience isn't getting it because they could smell the non-commitment. If you say a joke like, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her in the ass," they're not gonna. Be big. Say it. Be yourself. Say it from your heart. Say it from your soul. So they know when I'm on stage, they know every fucking word that's coming out of me is fucking true, and they know I'm taking them for a psychological ride. You know, I used to have a bit about doing coke with my cats. Jesus Christ. You don't know how many times I had fucking people reach out to me and go, "Do you really do coke with your cat?" It's a joke. It's an exaggeration of a thing. That's what makes it funny. But do you think
so convincing?
I'm surprised I'm not canceled over that, because somebody actually wrote in my Wikipedia that I did coke with my cat and that the cat died. I mean, this is how fucking the land that we live in. So if you want to cancel, if you want to get canceled, you can let them cancel you. I'm not going nowhere. Bill Burr's not going nowhere. As you can see, the Leah's attacking now. Attack. Brian Callen, I give him all the heart in the world, because let's talk about something here that I wanted to talk to you people about, just to let your head know where we came from. There is no place on earth like Hollywood. People will, you've heard that expression, sell their soul. They will sell their soul, male and female, in Hollywood. You change. And here's the sad thing. You don't know when you're in it. You don't know when you're in it. For me, it was 2004. I learned quickly. I learned during the taping of The Longest Yard. Great movie, great taping. I had a great time fucking doing it. But I also learned about smoke getting blown up your ass, and how people in Hollywood love to blow smoke up your ass. And it was one of the first times that I actually allowed somebody, I'm being honest with you guys, I allowed somebody to blow smoke up my ass. I actually believed it. I should be ashamed of myself for fucking believing it.
That was hard.
But that's what you get. You get a smack to the face when you believe it. And you smack yourself in the fucking face because you're a fucking idiot. You don't believe what these people tell you. You look at them, you smile, and you go, okay. Great. After you're on a set, you see the fucking hypocrisy and the bullshit, and you just work with it. You laugh, you smile, yeah, sure, right, whatever. Lunch, yeah. Have your people call my people. You know, that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. So don't believe the fucking hype. A couple weeks ago, this thing came on. I don't know if a lot of you guys have HBO or not, so it's not fair for me to talk about this, but I'm going to tell you what happened. HBO did a 4-part miniseries. I think it's a 4-parter on Mia Farrow and fucknut Woody Allen. Okay. The thing was about accusations. I made a conscious decision after the second week. I looked at my wife after it was over, and I go, you know what? That's the last time I'm watching this. And my wife's like, why? And I go, you know why? Because we don't live in California no more. And we're not part of Hollywood no more. And this world has nothing to do with me anymore. This is not who I am anymore. This is not who I want to be anymore. These are not the people I want to be around anymore. I made a constant fucking decision, a conscious decision, July 12th last year, that I knew it was time for me to go. I have a gift that I know when it's time to go. No, didn't they just shoot a lady and take a watch off some guy's hand in Beverly Hills? And it wasn't time to go. There's still people living in LA, living in denial or waiting it out or whatever the fuck they want to do. LA ain't gonna get no better. It ain't gonna get no better. This is called a downward spiral of California. It's a fucking shame. I love the place with all my heart. You know, when you're a Jersey boy, you grow up thinking that someday I'm gonna go to California and surf or whatever the fuck stupid dream you have when you're a fucking kid. You know.
That's why I'm glad you stopped me from coming out there like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you called me one day. He's like, I'm thinking of coming out here. I go, for what?
For what? To be there,
I go, we're almost done. I told you that.
Yeah, you did.
I told you that. We're almost done. It's just a matter of time. Sit tight. Nothing's going to happen here. I already was reading the cards. I was already done with LA 2016. I was pretty much done with LA, and I was pretty much burnt out on comedy. The flight home from Las Vegas after the Netflix shooting was the longest 1 hour of my life. I had to have the longest talk in the world I ever had. I've had a couple long talks with myself. You have to from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Either you have to have a long talk with yourself, or you have to smack yourself in the face from time to time, okay? I don't fuck around, okay? Every once in a while, you gotta have to bitch slap yourself or fucking...
I can't imagine what you do to friends.
Oh, this is why I don't lift my hands to nobody, because I can't even control them. If you're gonna be that stupid, just smack yourself and wake yourself the fuck up, But I made a conscious decision, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I did, and I was very happy, and that's all behind this. But I'm gonna tell you, before you read any more about rapes, alleged, accusations, anything like that in LA, I want you to, I don't know if you saw the Mia Farrow versus Woody whatever, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is when I said this is it, because this is what the mentality is in LA. Just to let you guys know, regular Americans, regular people overseas, Australia, just to let you know how pathetic these people are. She found out Woody was molesting the kids, whether or not this is the accusation. She found out she was molesting the kid while she knew, and she approached him and she accused him, she still worked on his movies. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you guys? So wait a second. So Joey Diaz comes to my house, rapes my kid, calls me up a week later, or I don't know what he did to him, molested her, grabbed him, I don't know the accusation. I had to stop watching. All I do know is, I know that he found like Sun Yi's naked pictures at his house, because they kept different residences, even though they lived together. They kept separate apartments. So what you're telling me is that let's just keep it simple here. Let's just keep it simple so your head don't blow up. Because if you believe that I gave a fuck about J-Lo and Alex, God knows what you'll believe. I didn't know I was that good of an actor. Let's pretend I molested my little brother Mike's kid here. I don't think Mike would work for me no more. No. I think Mike would call the cops, and I wouldn't blame him. He's not a rat. He's just protecting his child and other children from getting molested from a gorilla like me. That might
be the second thing I do.
Yeah. I don't think Mike would take a call from me and go, I'll be up there Monday to do the podcast for you. I forgave you about molesting my child. Because that's unforgivable where I live. As a matter of fact, where I come from, not North Bergen, not New Jersey, but where I come from, that's an act of, I could shoot you in the fucking head and call the cops and tell the cops, I don't know what happened. He molested my child, and the cops will go, okay, we'll drop him off in the weeds for you. Thank you for getting a molester off the fucking streets. But now we live in different times. You can't be doing that shit.
Oh, she sold her soul.
Yeah.
I didn't.
She sold her soul. But it's not just Mia Farrow. You hear these stories constantly. So you raped me, and then when Brian called you, you actually went to the audition to play his wife? Come again? Do you understand me? So this is what runs through, this is the mentality of Hollywood. They don't give a fuck. It's like the people who went to work for Woody Harrelson. Listen, I'm not mad at you.
Woody Allen.
You got mouths to, is that his name, Woody Allen?
Yeah, not Harrelson.
Yeah, whatever. The people that went to work for him, like a lot of people who work for him in films, they get heat for working for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge nobody for working for him. I don't pay your bills. So until I pay your bills, I can judge what the fuck you're saying, even then. But they work for him because they need the money, knowing that he's a fucking child molester or whatever, that he's been falsely accused or properly accused or whatever. So think about what people will do in Hollywood. That's just the mindset of Hollywood. When I watched Mia Farrow speak, who I've always been a fan of, you know, I loved her in Rosemary's Baby. She reminded me of every actress I spoke to in LA. Like they all have that common thing, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll do certain things, but it was very sad to me, you know, and I just told my wife I'm not watching this no more because I told my wife, if you found out I molested fucking Mercy, would you work for me if I directed movies? She looked at me and said, you'd be in jail. You know, that's not here or there, but that's just to let you know the mentality of where I came from. You know, it never got to me like that. I'd tell you to go fuck yourself. And I did. And once I got off the cocaine, that's when I really saw Hollywood for what it was. And after that, people didn't listen. After The Longest Yard, people didn't really want to work with me. I'm not ashamed to tell you. I love Adam. Adam loves me, but he had a producer who didn't like me because he came up to me and wanted me to do something. I told him to go fuck himself. Told him right to his face. I don't give a fuck. I was looking for a job when I found this one. You talk to me like a man or don't fucking talk to me at all. Until this day, me and that producer don't get along. He retired. He quit. He's moved on. He's a gazillionaire. You know, he was a good producer. I'm not here to say he was a bad producer or anything. He just approached me a way that I don't like. I told him what I felt. That's why sometimes you see a post of The Longest Yard and I'm on it. And then you see another post and I'm not on it. That was all his doing. To break my balls at the end. He put me the last in the thing. He did everything he could to break me. But at the end, I kicked ass in that fucking movie. He did everything he could. He did everything he could to try to die. Everything. You don't understand. I still remember the day I had to shoot the scene with the fucking, in the locker room with the thong on, with my stomach hanging out. That was my fucking idea. That was my fucking idea because I wanted to, out of respect for Serrano in Major League. If you ever see the Cuban guy in Major League, when the owner of the club comes in, he's got a thong on and she smacks him in the ass. I'm not saying that some hot chick's gonna smack me in the ass, but out of respect for Serrano, I thought it would have been a funny scene if I just wore a jockstrap or whatever. There were these two fucking, you know, white little college kids from Paramount or whatever company it is talking to Adam. When I went up to Adam, I said, excuse me, like a gentleman. I had the jockstrap already in my hand. I go, Adam, I want to wear a jockstrap in this scene. And he says to me, and the two dudes are talking to Adam, and they're like, don't let him do it, Adam. And Adam's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you want to do? I go, you ever see Major League? I want to wear like Serrano did. I want to wear a fucking jock. Bro, he's like, let's give it a fucking go. See, right away, the producer's like, no, he's not doing it. Adam said, let him try it. Let's see how it looks. Bro, and you know me, they were like, where you going to do it? We're right here in the thing. I go, just put a towel up. You ever see when the fighters go to weigh themselves and they put a towel up? There was chicks in the room. They were fucking line directors. The chick from Scripty that fucking...
You were dying to take your balls
I said,
out.
I don't give a Frenchman's fuck. Adam didn't give a fuck about my balls. One day they fell out of my shorts. Like I was sitting there I was sitting on a bucket and my balls fell out of my shorts and people were talking about me and I didn't even know it. Like I was high. I'm looking around because New Mexico's gorgeous. I'm just looking around at the scenery and all of a sudden Adam Sandler walks up to me right here, the corner of my eye, and he goes, Joey, I don't mean to insult you, but your punching bag is hanging out. So he would call my one nut the punching bag. So that's how it started. So after that, he's like, dog, how big are your fucking balls? That's just one of them? Jesus Christ. He goes, I didn't know people's balls could even be so fucking big. But, no, listen, I don't even know how we got on this subject. I'm sorry.
Kellen.
Yeah, Kyle, you know.
Accusations from people that lost their souls.
Yeah, all these fucking people in LA. So I had to unwind from that. You could tell I'm a lot better. I'm doing a lot better than when you first saw me and I was like this fucking mummified in front of you. I'm a little bit more loose. You know, things are happening because I was beat up. Those last 4 years were fucking torture. Torture. The more you think about it. And after I talked to Theo, not on the podcast, but before that, I understood what was going on, and I understood what was going on with him, and I understood what was going on with me. So us two just psychologically fucking worked it out, and we figured it out, and it was great seeing him on that screen. And I mean, that night after we did the podcast, we spoke again about what we spoke about on the podcast, you know, the fun we had, you know. Listen, man, I'm very proud about a lot of things. I'm very proud that I did 880 episodes of the church. I'm also very proud I ended it and started something new. And you guys are now witnessing the growth as we do it. Some people couldn't take it after 2 episodes and they left, and that's fine. I'm not mad at them. To each his own. I think the first 6 episodes of this podcast were fucking all over the place. It's been the last maybe month and a half that we've been on pace and getting a grasp. Well, so I thank you for sticking around, and thank you for understanding the process it takes to have a fucking podcast and to do a podcast. You know, everybody always criticizes this one or that one. I heard something the other day that was fucking hilarious. A friend of mine sent me a video. It was on YouTube, and he goes, I want you to hear these 2 fucking jerk-off comics. See, the problem, what you guys didn't know what was going on was that, and Lee will tell you, because Lee and I talked about it all the time. The routing was they would call Joe Rogan first. And if they couldn't get through to Rogan, they'd hit me up at the same time. So if Rogan raised their hand, then they would blow me off. You know what I'm saying? So if I would say, you want to come on the podcast, and Rogan would say no, then they would come in like fucking happy as shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, here's the problem with the podcast that everybody got confused with. I did, when Rogan started his podcast, let's say 2010, to be conservative. 2009. Let's just go with 2009. Liquid fucking death. It's just sparkling water, tremendous. I think there's a website for it. Check it out. My girl sent it to me from Nebraska, Colleen. I love it with all my heart. I told her I'd try it. It's fucking tremendous, like a carbonated water. In the fucking 80s, when you went on Johnny Carson, for you guys who watch the documentary, or maybe you don't know how comedy works, when you go on something, you immediately blow up. What does that mean, Joey? We don't know what that means. Well, when Roseanne was at the store, Mitzi saw her in the original room, and she liked her so much she told her to go up in the main room. And then while she was up on stage in the main room, 2 people from the Tonight Show saw one person. I don't know the exact story. If I'm hacking the story up, let me know. I'm just trying my fucking best. And they put on the Tonight Show. Once they put you on the Tonight Show, if you killed and Johnny Carson went like this to you, you just became a $500,000. You just got $500,000 worth of work. They're gonna put you in 2 films, and every comedy club in the country is gonna watch it. That's just by Johnny Carson going like this, okay? Johnny Carson went off the air. Then it was the show that was on Comedy Central with the guys. Great fucking show. Patrice, Rich Voss.
Oh, Tough Crowd?
Tough Crowd. It was Tough Crowd. If you went on Tough Crowd, you blew up. Then it was Opie and Anthony. Mm-hmm. You know, people were dying to get on Opie and Anthony. Then it was Howard Stern. But then it was a reputation of fucking Joe Rogan. That if you went on Joe Rogan, you blew up. Yes and no. Did it bother a guy like me that people would say something like that would be so shallow? Yeah, because the first time I went on Rogan, I was already doing comedy 18 years. I'd already done 5 or 6 fucking major films. I was a regular at the store. I was kind of co-headlining already. I was starting to headline and co-headline. I was not a headliner. I'm not going to tell you that. But I was headlining. Big difference in being a headliner and being a comedian that's headlining. I wasn't a headliner. It took me a couple years to learn. Thank God, rest in peace, Greg Giraldo taught me what a real headliner was. When I watched him for a long time, I just, Ralphie May was a true headliner. Joe Rogan is a true headliner. Bill Burr, off the charts headliner. I was a comic. I was what's considered a comics comic. I performed for the back of the room. There's no money in the back of the room. It's comics. Comics aren't going to pay you. So that's what I was. I was considered a comics comic. that's when you perform for the back of the room. So for years, I didn't give a fuck about the audience. I had to make the comics laugh. That's great too. That's a great thing to have too when you're a comics comic. That's a very good reputation to have, but you're not really a real fucking full-blown national touring headliner. And I understood that at the time. In 2008 or 9, 2008, I said, I'm going to take 6 months, and every Thursday night I'm going to drive to the Irvine Improv and see who the headliner is. And the first Thursday I drove down, it was Greg Giraldo. I did not know him. I knew he was from New York. I knew he had a TV show. I watched Greg Giraldo. I watched Patrice O'Neill. Even though I was headlining, I wanted to become a headliner. I watched all the Joe Rogan was always a fucking headliner. That motherfucker always had a tight hour. And it was a tight hour. It was hung and it was weaved. I was just out there throwing stuff. And anyway, the purpose of this is for me to tell you that when I went on Rogan, I'll tell you some secrets. I'll tell you some secrets that happened later. But when I went on Rogan the first 2 or 3 years, I didn't know what was going on. I just went on there with the impression to be funny. I went on there to do what I love doing the best, making my friend laugh. I love making him laugh. There's certain people, when you make them laugh, it brings a warmth to your heart. When I would make that man laugh, it would fucking warm my heart so much because I knew how hard it was to make him laugh and for him to go crazy. And I know the shit that he likes for me to say. Like, I know that when there's a room full of people, he wants me to go into one of my tirades. He fuels that shit. That's why Joe Rogan is one of the best. Adam Sandler is one of the best because they don't put a thumb on you. They want you to be funny. I'm the same way. When I tell my features, go out there and fuck them up. Make it hard for me. I don't give a fuck. Go out there and fuck them up. Kate, Dean, Carmen Morales, Chelsea Skidmore, all of them. I told them all. Go out there and fuck them up. Don't worry about me. Because when I was opening up for Rogan, he would pull me aside and go, dog, get your shit together. Go out there and fuck them up. And I would look at him and go, okay. And I would smack myself. I'd get my shit. That's 4 lefts. That's 4 fucking rights to the fucking right side in one day. When I fuck up, I beat myself up. Enough. It's time to start beating yourself up, cocksuckers. That's it. I would go out.
Wait till you watch this.
I would get fired up, and I would go out there and listen. I was such a bad comic at the time. Like, I was a good comic, but I was a 50-50 comic. I couldn't control my destiny. I didn't know what direction I could go in. So all that being said, I heard this fucking little chat between 2 jerk-off comics. And it was about that one of them is going to Austin, and he didn't get invited on Rogan's podcast, and that he heard that the last time his friend did it, nothing really happened. Well, and that when the other guy did it, nothing really happened. Well, you went on there and you weren't funny. That's what happened. You went on there and tried to be a smart guy with Rogan, and you weren't funny. When I went on Rogan's pod, then I after I found out all this shit, people come up to me and go, oh, you're so lucky. You get to go on Rogan whenever you want. I go, no, I don't. No, I don't. Ask Joe. I have certain dates. The last podcast of the year and 4th of July. If you check all his podcasts, check. I always did them in July and the last one of the year. There was a reason for that. And every time I went on there, I prepared myself from that fucking morning to the time I got there because I knew I was going on and I wasn't going to fuck around. That was my secret. Now, people would go to me, why don't you go on there a lot more? You should go on there a lot more because I'm not a stupid whore like you. I go on twice a year and my fucking chances of killing are even stronger. If I go 8 times a year, I'm going to bomb 2 or 3 times. It's the fucking number. It's a magic number. But twice, my chances of bombing, yeah, some podcasts were better than others, But I always left my soul on the table on the Rogan podcast. The same way I did on my table, the same way I did on Ryan Seckler's table, the same way I did on stage. These motherfuckers want to go, and you saw it when you were there. People contacted me to go on my podcast or Rogan's podcast because they thought it would change their life like this. Guess what? Nothing changes your life like this. And even if it does, if you're not prepared for it, what good is it? What good is it? You got to be prepared for what's coming at you. Just because you want it doesn't mean you're prepared for it. Did you ever think about that? Just because you want it doesn't mean you're prepared for it. And how do I know this? Because I saw this. Not 100 times, close to 500 times. I saw 500 comics come to L.A. to fucking steal Hollywood off his feet. And guess what happened? Dick. That's what happened. They didn't put in the time. They went there with reputations. They would take a shortcut. They go to Montreal. They would get on New Faces, get a deal, and then they'd make a mistake. They'd show up and then everybody wants to see them when they get back to L.A. They start doing showcases. But one of those nights you pop into the Improv and you got to follow a savage like Bill Burr, fucking Doug Stanhope, Rogan, myself. What happens to you? What happens to you? You don't know how many times I had people coming up to me at the Improv going, dog, can you switch with the guy in front of you? Because he's got industry coming to see him, and he doesn't want you to disrupt their set, like shit like that. And I understood. I'm going to be honest with you. I understood, but at the same time, I felt bad for them. Because you know how many people came to see me in 23 years? Maybe 10. These motherfuckers had people coming to see them every night. But when people came to see me, I fucking blew up that room. I didn't give a fuck who was in front of me. I didn't give a fuck who was behind me. I didn't let none of that enter my mind because that's when you fail. You know, that's when you fucking fail. That's what, and you know, a lot of comics, they know that you have a showcase and they'll get, like at this comedy store, if you had a showcase for somebody, they would put an asterisk next to your name. And that let the other comics know you didn't have a paid spot, that you had a fucking showcase. So what would they do? Anytime you were talking to somebody, they would come up over and say hello and hug you like they really cared about you. So I would introduce them to the fucking agent. That's what they do. That's what they do in California. So I had to tell people, don't put a star next to me when people want to come see me. Because then there were comics that didn't get stage time and would call and say, I have a showcase for a certain company. Can you put me up? There was a certain guy that was doing that all the time. He got fucking nailed because they told him one night, where's Fox? Come produce him. Go get him or you're not going up. And he's like, I don't know what happened to them. Well, you're not going up. But I have a 9:15 spot. Too bad. You're not fucking going up. It's that fucking simple. Sorry, Charlie. The best taste in tuna gets to be Starkist. You know what I'm saying? It's that fucking easy.
Stockist.
But it's just crazy that an experienced comic would think that one appearance on the Joe Rogan show would change their fucking life forever. So between that mentality and the Mia Farrow mentality, next time you hear about accusations or this or that, think about what I just told you. The people that think that one thing is going to change their fucking life, because that exists out there. Listen, I knew Tiffany Haddish when she was babysitting. I congratulate her for her Grammy. I go back and forth with her from time to time. I check up on her. I still remember having a conversation outside the Laugh Factory with her, with Ralphie, and her telling us about her growing up and whatever. I love that girl. I give her all the respect in the fucking world. But look at her blow up. Who knew it was going to be a movie? Girls' Night, right? Girls' Night. 4 African-American women go. That girl was busting her ass for fucking years. She used to go on the road with Red Band. Her and Red Band are dear friends. You know, when she blew up, people fucking calling me like she's not worthy. Who the fuck are you to say she's not worthy? People attacked her to the end. I'm so happy she won the fucking Grammy. I'm sad she beat Bill Burr. Bill Burr lost the Grammy, but he knew that going in after you insult the Spanish people and the guy's piano solo. And it's true. Listen, you ever go to one of those things? Like the other night I was watching the Green Book. The Green Book won the Academy Award 2 years ago. Nick Vallelonga, the story of his father. And I'm watching these fucking fancy people, you know. You ever see those people with they're all fancy and dressed up and they're clapping for some piano player, violin, and you're sitting there going, oh, I don't get it. I don't get this. What's all this shit? What's all this glam and fake shit for? Like, you would really go pay to see some guy, like, pay a fucking bowl. Like, I don't fucking see it. And in the movie, if you watch, because I watched the movie the other night, it was a very great movie. He tells the guy, remember, that's the same guy. The guy that's the star in that movie, the African-American dude, that's whose head was starting to get square the night I took the ketamine. That's the same guy from the Green Book. That's why I always felt bad when I watched the Green Book. I'm like, I felt bad that his head was tripping out that night. I was tripping out on his fucking head. But there's a part in that where the African-American tells Vito Morganson, he goes, we have to talk about your last name. We have to change it. It's too long. People might not be able to say it, Balalanga. And you know, and he tells them how smart they are, and he tells them he has to watch his diction, the way he speaks. And he goes, what are you talking about, diction? I speak great, you know. And he goes, no, you curse too much, and you fucking, they can't. And he goes, all right, I'll tame down on my cursing. But then he goes, another thing, we have to worry about your name. He goes, these are cultured people, they're intelligent and all this shit. You can't be talking that way. But on the other side, he's telling them that he had to change his name because people wouldn't be able to say it. And he told them right out. You ever watch that movie, Mike? He told them right out. He goes, if they were so fucking smart, they could say my name. Right. If they're so fucking smart and so cultured, like how cultured, is that what it means to be cultured? To sit there with a fucking tuxedo on, to watch a three-piece band and do whatever? You know, listen, I appreciate the instruments. I appreciate the work you put into playing the piano. I appreciate the work you put in. We had the violinist on the show who did a great job, Eliza. I love her to death. You know, I appreciate all that shit. But I don't appreciate fucking people getting dressed up with tuxedos, whatever, with the wife looking like she's going to a fucking wedding, and you sit there and make believe like you're enjoying this. Nobody could enjoy this. That's torture. That fucking piano at the end, what did he say? Because I didn't watch the Grammys. I knew it was on. It fucking interrupted my Queen Latifah.
They almost killed themselves.
Yeah, it interrupted my fucking Equalizer, because I watch 60 Minutes every week. I'm a 60-minute type of motherfucker. So it interrupted my fucking, you know, I saw it was coming out when 60 Minutes got off. So it interrupted my fucking Equalizer, and it fucking, you know, I didn't watch it at all. I don't know.
His presentation wasn't on TV. Either. He said, I bought a suit. I thought this was going to be on TV.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? I would have told them no off the bat. I don't want to be down there with those people puking and whatever. But at the same time, like, I wasn't going to watch it. I just gave up on Grammys and Oscars. If Ricky Gervais was hosting, I would have watched the monologue just to see him go off and make people uncomfortable. Again, even Ricky Gervais, every year they make him the host. And every year, you know that whoever hires him has got to be giggling in the back because he loves seeing people get uncomfortable. The same thing, the same reason why would you hire Bill Burr, a guy that you know doesn't give a fuck about what the fuck you're doing here. He don't give a fuck about the Grammys. None of us do. Why would you hire one of us? It's like hiring Joe Rogan. He's going to go up there and tell him to fuck off. I'm not doing this shit. None of us want to do that shit. So when you do hire a guy like Bill Burr, you know what you're getting yourself into.
I would think.
You know. You fucking know he's going to go up there with his fucking, you know, Boston attitude. I loved it. Well, I didn't see the Grammys, but I saw the next day people attacking him. And right away they're yelling for cancel culture. Now you're looking to cancel Fluffy for the voice of Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh my God. I thought that was fake, but yeah.
But then the song of the year was Wet My Pussy or something like that.
Yeah.
So we got to pick. You motherfuckers got to fucking pick, get your shit together. You really fucking do. This is getting old now, guys. You know, and see, what most people don't understand, like most people are living in fear from this. I know a ton of comics that are like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm saying what the fuck I want to say. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. And I'm saying it how I want to. Right now, listen, I got 3 shows left at Uncle Vinny's. I'm going to take some time for myself and the family for the summer, get my head together, you know, fall in love with comedy again. I did write a little half a bit yesterday. Ooh. Yeah, just thinking about something. I wrote it down. So I got a couple new things I'm going to try. What happened last week was I went to a fucking christening party before Uncle Vinny's, and I wasn't focused. I didn't laser. I didn't even look at my notebook. I thought I would remember everything, so I went down there and ate a bag of dicks. At least I'm man enough to admit it. A lot of guys would say, I killed. No, you didn't. You know, I'm the type of guy that tells you how it is. That night I came home, I taped my set, but I already knew already. There was nothing to listen to because I didn't even try out nothing new. I was just up there going through old shit, just trying to fucking find myself or whatever. But this week I'm a little bit more ready. I got 3 more sets in for the month, 3 more Wednesdays. And after that, I'll take a breather. And, man, when I come back, because you figure the Soprano movie comes out September 24th, I'll start itching like in August because I've been in the house for a year and a fucking half by that time. So just give it time. Before you could fucking successfully do something, you want to love it. You don't want to feel like you're forcing it. That sucks. Have you ever tried to force anything? It sucks. Whether it's making believe you into something, it just sucks. And sometimes we do it. We do it. You know, and that's why people end up sick. That's why people end up fat. That's why people end up, because it makes you unhappy. You know, they have a thing in this country where they force your hand at the age of 19 to pick a major in college. And then you pick that major and you graduate and you go out into the job market and you figure out that this is not even close to what I wanted to do. You know, what about these guys? Well, my father was this. I'm going to be this. And then 2 years in, you're realizing you don't do it. You don't like doing it, but you're doing it for somebody else. You're going to end up sick. You're going to end up fucking depressed. You're going to end up miserable. You're going to end up doing something you don't want to do. One thing about me is I'm a loser by trade. I'm a loser. I've come to that conclusion a long time ago. But guess what? I don't do whatever the fuck I don't want to do. I never have. That's the problem I have. That's what makes me a loser. That I don't do what I don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I just don't do it. That's it. And that's the way it's going to be. For me to do something, I want to do it from the core of my balls. When I come in here at night and I practice on that guitar, you know, when I first started, when Mike gave me the guitar, I was going through videos on YouTube. And that's how I knew that I couldn't learn online. Because I had gone through a few videos, and it was just hard for me to learn from videos. My mind wasn't into it or whatever. Thank you for all the people who are offering guitar lessons and videos. I love you motherfuckers. And in time, when this thing clears up, we will have some fucking fun. We will do some things that are different, you know. Maybe on Patreon we could do a guitar thing. I don't know, but we'll burn that bridge when we get through it. But the one thing I did pick up from all those videos I watched, and I got to tell you something, I watched close to, without exaggeration, maybe 50 videos on the guitar, basic guitar stuff. I picked one thing up. And I love that guy. I don't know, he's a goofy-looking dude. He's got glasses. I wrote his name down so I could watch the rest of his stuff as I progress, because I liked what he had to say. This was a video about being older and picking up the guitar, not being a young kid and picking up the guitar. This is for people that, he goes, when I was teaching people the guitar, every once in a while, somebody would come in that was way older than me, and I'd have to teach them. And I'd have to change up my style, you know, to teach a 50-year-old or a 60-year-old or a 40-year-old. He goes, because I just worked with kids. But he said something that was very interesting that I've always believed in. He goes, make a goal. You ready for this one? Again, we're talking about goals. make a goal that you're going to play the guitar 5 minutes a day. That's it. He goes, and I don't want you to put your guitar in your case. I want you to buy a stand for your guitar. It's very important that you have a stand.
I got that shit. Totally.
And he goes, because if you're beginning, he goes, I don't want you to practice more than 5 minutes. I want you to touch that guitar every day for 5 minutes, because I know that you'll improve a lot better if you play that guitar 5 minutes a day than 30 minutes one day. I listened to what he said, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is brilliant. And guess what else he said? He goes, and it also teaches you that you're not going to play the guitar for 5 minutes. You're going to play it for 30. Once you pick it up. But your goal for the day is to pick it up for 5 fucking minutes. That's it.
So basically, it's just pick it up.
Pick it up. Yeah. Pick it up, strap it on, play 3 chords, and put it down. He goes, I'd rather you do that than not pick it up at all. And guess what I do every night now? My life has changed here at the house. Listen, I'm like you. I can't watch no more fucking TV. If I got to watch one more fucking TV, nobody has made more in residuals than Sylvester Stallone. They've played every Sylvester Stallone movie he's ever made in his life. There's nights where he has 4 movies on at once. I love Sylvester Stallone, but I had to give him a break. I saw the first Rambo 20 times during this pandemic. I've seen Rambo 2 80 times. Trust me, my dick still gets hard when he shoots the Vietnamese dude with the arrow and he blows up. I love all that type of shit. I have seen, the other night lockdown was on. It was so funny. The next day, a guy on Patreon asked me, have you ever seen the movie Lockdown?
Because he saw it.
Yeah, because he saw it. I'm like, oh, my God. It was on last night. It's about him. He goes to prison, and they fix a car, whatever. Nobody has made more money than Sylvester Stallone.
Shit was over the top. The arm wrestling.
Over the top, the wrestling one, Cliffhanger, I watched the other night at fucking 8 o'clock. You could just watch so much TV, guys. You just start getting soft. And during the pandemic, even with my fucking thing, I would do sit-ups at night. I said, all right, I'll start doing 100 fucking, put my knee up and just do sit-ups. And then I started reading. Thank God I'm reading. Now I got to pick another book because I finished the book I was reading. So now I got to pick another book that I've read already, and I was looking at it last night. I couldn't come to a conclusion. I think I'm going to read the Pleasant Avenue Connection just because I'm trying to get my comprehension. I'm trying to get focused again. My focus is all over the place. But on top of the reading, the fucking guitar has moved me from point, let's say in the alphabet, from Z is the worst that your mental state could be, and A is the best that your mental state was. When I got the guitar, I was probably at Q, and now I'm probably at fucking G. I'm getting closer to my world, guys. I'm getting closer to my world every day. And listen, there was fear involved. There was the anxiety of the move. There was the anxiety of whether my daughter and my wife would like it. There was the anxiety of the career. There was the anxiety of the podcast. There was all these different anxiety that just met and fucked me up completely. And I'm not ashamed to admit the fucking truth. Did I go see a therapist? Not really, because it's against what I believe. But I used my friends. I used all my friends, and I ran my ideas by them, and I rapped with them. And anytime a friend wanted to see me, and the weather was nice, I'd fucking run to his house, and I'd sit in the backyard with him. And even though it was eating me alive inside, that I might get this COVID and die, look, we're still fucking here. Knock on wood every fucking day. I've gotten through this, and it's been hard. But the happiest thing, the thing that makes me the happiest, is that you guys have seen it. I'm just not telling you a story from 10 years ago, 10 years from now, I won't be saying I was a mess. No, I've been telling you guys that we've been going through this, that I haven't been doing good. I'm not doing well. I'm doing better, I'm doing better thanks to you guys, the Patreon, the videos, the little fucking around, now the Instagram, now the guitar. I'm almost there. I'm at G, and I hope you guys are at G too. Everything helps. I've cleaned up my diet. I've the pain pills are gone. The knee still hurts. I get frustrated, but what am I gonna do? It's only 2.5 months. I got 2 more weeks, and I'm out of the fucking weeds. But the point I wanted to make is that, listen, man, I don't know what condition you're in, what mental condition you're in, how you're doing. There's a light. We're seeing this light. So whatever you're going through, now is the time to start getting ready. Remember we kept saying, this is all going to be over soon, this is all going to be over soon, this is all going to be over soon. It ain't going to be over yet. We still got a little bit to go, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Last Thursday I got a call that somewhere I was at had fucking COVID, somebody that tested positive for COVID. I took the instant test on Friday. I took another test. It wasn't the rapid test. It's the one where you work for the email. I went down there Friday and took another one. He told me, he goes, if you got it, it's not going to go in your system if you had contact with that person on a certain night. I had contact with that person on a Tuesday night. I got the call on Thursday. So he goes, give it like 5 days. So, I don't want to give it to Mike. I don't want to give it to somebody at Vinny's. So I went again yesterday, and I got the result this morning that were fucking negative. So I feel a lot better. But I was tripping on this. Like I said, in time, we'll get the vaccine. Right now, let it roll out. Let people do what we're doing. I'm not doing much. It's not like I'm going to concerts right now. It's not like I'm doing comedy shows or anything. I'm doing 1 show a week to 41 people. And, we use all the precautions we can. And I gargle. I got the nose spray. The nose steroid I use that used to be $36 a container. And now it's $200 a container.
Holy shit.
And they make me pay for it because it's anti-COVID spray.
Oh, really?
So at the same time it's a nose steroid, it's also like anti-COVID something. It went up. It shot up because people are using it to avoid whatever. It's my regular nose spray. I've been using it since 2013, since I got the fucking nose job.
Once a month you go through that?
I go through 2 bottles a month. And they raised the fucking prices up, but that's the medical system.
I used to be hooked on Afrin when I was in high school.
Well, that's how I got the fucking surgery. I was hooked on Afrin. I was hooked on Afrin since my cocaine fucking days. And then I started jujitsu, and I couldn't breathe out of my fucking nose unless I brought Afrin. I just found an Afrin. I was looking through one of my fucking sports bags, because the reason why I haven't opened up, I'm very sorry to a lot of you people. I love you guys to death, and I know you guys like to send stuff and you offer stuff to me. It's not that I don't want it. We got 2 sheds out there. One we had to take down to put the generator in. We gave it to my man Frank Puma across the street. And the other shed is filled to the brim with boxes from the move. Once I get those fucking boxes cleaned up, then I'll put my P.O. box out there, and you can send me whatever the fuck you want to send me. I'll take whatever you got, shoes, weights, fucking, when I left L.A., I gave away so much stuff that I never got to enjoy because I didn't even know half the shit existed. I was just finding it. I would come back from the road, people would give me pictures. Look, Mike brought 2 pictures over here the other day. 2 great fucking pictures that somebody sent them a year ago, and he forgot to come see me at Parks or something happened. I don't know. Guys, I got a storage shed filled with boxes. Let me empty these fucking boxes and see what I got in this shit. And then you could start sending me my stuff. I'll put it on the podcast for you, whatever the fuck you want to do. But let me just clean out these fucking sheds. I don't want to get another P.O. box. Every time I would go to a P.O. box, it would be a carload on the way back. The trunk would be fucking in a Subaru.
Has some cool shit in there.
Tremendous shit. People send me the best shit in the fucking world. Protein shakes, this, that. Everybody, listen, man. Everybody's trying to promote their stuff, and I appreciate it. I got a lot of stuff that was junk too. Don't get me wrong. Wallet clips and shit that was just garbage. But I like the stuff people make with their hands. That's the stuff I never got rid of. Like this right here, my future brother-in-law, Steve. I loved when people drew pictures of me. And people would come in and go, that is the ugliest Joe Diaz I've ever seen. And I go, I don't give a fuck. Somebody put time into that.
Yeah.
Somebody sat down and put time into that. I'll put a frame on it and then sell it. I'll do something. But I'm not just going to throw it away. Somebody put time into that. I wish I could draw half as good as some of these people that have sent me art. I wish I could draw half as well as them. That's a fucking gift all to itself. But, hey, we get what they give us. To me, they gave me the gift of gab and big balls. I got no looks and a medium dick, but I got big balls and the gift of gab. We all can't get the same shit. I can't change a light bulb. I'm half Polish. I can't fucking change oil. You know, I can't do nothing. It's hysterical because I swear to God, I must have been on the podcast and some guy on Patreon who's a sweetheart. We had tons of conversations before that. He fucking went off on me. You have to take the fucking, whatever the fuck, the vaccine. At that time in the beginning, a month ago, I was a little unsure. I wanted for them to roll it out to see what the fucking results were going to be.
Plus, they're going in order.
Plus, they're going in fucking order, you know. And, you know, people, he's like, well, you have a celebrity status. No, I'm not a fucking celebrity. I'm a suburban house dad. I'm a suburban house dad. First of all, I was never a fucking celebrity. I was a dirty comic that got lucky. So I don't know why you keep using that word celebrity. You never see me at celebrity golf tournaments or celebrity bowling tournaments or celebrity nothing because I'm not a fucking celebrity and I don't want to be a fucking celebrity. I'm a fucking dirty comic that got lucky. From time to time, people put me in their fucking movies. That's it. Well, you're a celebrity. You should fucking go down there and get... I said, listen, stop right there. I go, first off, and you know, he was telling me he was Polish, but like, well, that's how our conversation grew because I like pierogies, I like stuffed fucking green peppers, gumki. I like Polish food. Yeah, that's what you call it, gumki. It's stuffed fucking peppers. You guys got the correct enunciation. I'm retarded. I just call it gumki. So he says to me, you got to get, and he kind of like went off in a way. And I was like, I can't fucking believe it. I got the only Polak who could put a light bulb in telling me that I need a fucking vaccine. 20 million Polaks. And I got the only one that could screw in a light bulb yelling at me for fucking, I think he unfollowed me. I think he left. I think he got pissed off. Yeah, but we were friends. You know, like we were fucking on there fucking around. So if he did get upset, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. You know, I respected Polaks all my life because they're the only ones that never bitched throughout this whole thing. Right? Everybody makes fun of black people. Everybody makes fun of Chinese people. They get pissed. Spanish people get pissed. You've never seen a parade outside of Barnes & Noble with people going, take the Polish books down. You know, 100 Polish books, how to change a light bulb. They've been writing fucking Polish jokes since the beginning of time. And these people do not give a fuck. There has not been one protest.
Haven't had a spokesman.
There hasn't been a parade because they don't give a fuck. They're too busy eating pierogies and drinking vodka. You don't go to a Polish fucking wedding? That's 4 fucking days. What? You never been to a Polish wedding? Oh. You don't know what life is until you go to a Polish wedding in Buffalo. It's 6 fucking days. It's 6 or 7 days. They're eating, drinking, dancing. I forget the dance they do with the fucking dresses. Forget about it. When you want to go to a real party, you go party with the Polacks. They don't fuck around, Jack. They do not fuck around. Polish weddings are sensational if you're into that stuff. I'm into fun.
Like Greek weddings.
I don't want to go to a wedding and sit there and everybody bang a glass and she kisses and I can't curse in front of the old fucking grandmother because they're going to die and the 6 flower maids are a bunch of cunts anyway. I don't like those weddings. Those weddings, you don't even invite me to those fucking things. But if you're going to have a fun wedding, you know, jump and fucking firecrackers and people get hammered and nobody cares. Nobody's going to be judgmental towards you. Yeah. And if you want to take your vest off and dance with your fucking shirt, you know, those are the weddings I like. Those uptight fucking weddings, save them for somebody to fuck else. I'm so upset.
Those are the weekend weddings.
Yeah, I'm so upset because I was looking forward to going to J-Lo's and Alex's wedding. I was looking forward to going to that Puerto Rican fucking wedding. Like I was going to get invited. Get the fuck out of here, you Cuban fuck. Puerto Rican weddings are fun too, but I didn't give a fuck about J-Lo. I don't give a Frenchman's fuck about Alex Rodriguez. I mean, I loved him as a baseball player. I didn't get mad at him about the steroids. What are you going to do? People are going to do what they're going to do. But yeah, I guess they're not gonna get married now. So I can't believe I'm gonna miss their wedding. You know, I won't be able to sit next to Kim. You know, the fuck out of here. What do I give a fuck? Anyway, we had a great week. We had a great time. That's it. It's just another fun fucking podcast. Another week is gone. It's March 17th. It's St. Patty's Day. Go out there, march, drink, have a good time. Just don't get COVID. I don't give a fuck what you do. I mean, last St. Patty's Day got fucking canceled. So I guess this one, I'm going to be smoking, puffing, eating. I haven't eaten an edible in the daytime in so fucking long. Since that day with the spray with you.
Tomorrow's the day, dude.
Tomorrow might be the fucking day. I
gotta
can't
stop on my way home and get a corned beef.
You know what? I can't even fucking do an edible in the daytime no more. My responsibilities are so fucking high now. It's not like LA where.
Just take it at 159. Then it'll be 2 and you'll be fine.
Nah, I'm not gonna take an edible tomorrow. Happy St. Patty's Day to all you motherfuckers. I love you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for understanding what we were talking about. But again, today's podcast was basically about fucking when I saw that Mia Farrow and whatever thing. So before you believe any more accusations or any more stupidity that comes out of LA and the Hollywood scene, remember what I told you. Mia Farrow continued working for Woody Allen after she knew that he was molesting her children. And that's what Hollywood is all about. So I'm happy to be out of that scene. I'm happy I don't live in that anymore. And I'm happy I'm not in that entanglement of bullshit anymore. I'm in New Jersey now, bitches. The other day I went to eat with my wife Sunday. These two parents called us up and they said, do you want to meet at the park? We're going to play some baseball. It was a kind of nice day. So I went over there with Mercy and my wife. And Mercy had a glove I had to break in because Mercy starts softball next week. Thank God. So she's doing this Saturday. We're taking her for a mini camp, like me and a friend of mine, because my wife was supposed to get a fucking COVID shot on Friday. But now they call that there might be a problem. So I already made plans for Saturday to take us. I'm like, because the second shot is a little fucking tougher. So I made plans. Just a buddy of mine from North Bergen is coming down. He played professional baseball. He got drafted. So we're going to take it to the batting cages and just, I've been messing around with it this week with the glove. But the glove we got is too small for a fucking softball. I don't even know what I was going to say to you motherfuckers, or if it didn't even matter. But the week fucking changed now. So we're going to start playing softball. So I went to the fucking field, and the kids played, and Mercy hit the fuck out of that ball. She was just having a problem catching and whatever. And then about 3 o'clock, it started getting a little colder. The wind started coming in. So one of the parents was like, anybody hungry? And me and my wife was like, we could eat. So the one couple, they're just, they're just a nice couple. All of them are nice. That's who I spent New Year's Eve with. These people was in a bigger setting. My daughter and their son plays together, and they're great. The kid's great. So we went to eat, and as I get up, I'm walking towards the door. I got my mask on. There was maybe 18 people in the restaurant, and the weirdest thing happened to me. Like, this is some kid just came out of nowhere, and he goes, hey, how about a picture? And I looked at him, and I go, without even fucking breaking beat, I just went, nope. And I just kept fucking walking. And the lady that was with my wife, because they were all talking, but the lady that was talking to my wife was next to me. And she goes, is that how people treat you? And I go, no. He's just a fucking jerk off that has no class. His mother didn't raise him right. She goes, do people do that all the time? I go, people come up to me and talk to me all the time. Do I love it? If you're a gentleman or you're a sweetheart of a girl, come up and talk to me. Come up and say hello. Listen, I don't like your podcast, but I like Jon Rogan. I don't like your jokes, but I like your podcast. I don't like your podcast, but I like it when you did Ari's show. I don't give a fuck. If you're honest with me, you want to come up and
say,
talk to me,
gotta take a picture.
talk to me, you know. I'm not going to take a picture with anybody right now during COVID. For your health and for my health, let's just stop with the fucking pictures, okay? Not right now. In fact, that's the second picture I had to turn down since I've been in Jersey, which is a sweet thing for a guy like me. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I went to get lunch with my wife, and before I got out of the car, you know, and some kid just knocked on the glass, never brushed his hair. Meanwhile, I'm on the phone with my fucking agent, just knocks on the glass. He's like, let's take a picture. I go, get the fuck out of here. Take a fucking hike. No mask, no nothing. It's COVID season. People losing their lives. Put your fucking camera away. All right? Put your little fucking camera away, because I'm not taking a picture with nobody. I don't want to feel responsible for me giving you COVID, and I don't want to be on the other end of receiving. And since we don't know if you have it or I have it, let's just shake hands and part ways. You want to come up to me? You want to say hello? Say hello to, you know, people come up to me, hey, man, say hello to Joe Rogan for me. Sure, whatever. Tell Rogan to come here next time. Yeah, I'll fly him up from Austin to come eat at your restaurant in Jersey. You know, you don't know. You have no idea. So, you know, for me right now, there ain't no fucking pictures. Put your camera away. You want to talk to me? Come over and talk. People do it all the time. You know, I mean, don't come up to me at a restaurant when I'm with my family at a table. But if you see me at a park or something like that, come over. Say hello. Hey, man, I liked what you did on this. I didn't like what you said on this podcast, and I'll talk with you. I'm going to tell you what happened. Remember a couple of weeks ago I did a Periscope? Mm-hmm. That kid.
Called.
No, he reached out.
Oh, he did?
He reached out, and he apologized like a man. And I said, because you apologizing, that made us brothers. That just made us brothers. Thank you for apologizing. Now, anything you need, reach out to me on. He was a Patreon guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he got my number, and he wanted to call and ask him how I treated him. I was like, man, first of all, I appreciate the fucking honesty. That's it. You'll never hear about this again. I'll never fucking curse you.
You on Patreon?
He messaged me on Patreon like a man that he is.
That's cool.
Because listen, if I'm your uncle, I want you to be a man, the same way I'm a man. I'll tell you what's going on. Treat me the fucking same way, and we'll be fine. But don't just come up to me like, hey, man, how about a picture? Like he was trying to show off in front of his friends, and I was like, nope. And he just sat there, his face turned red, and I just kept walking because I don't give a fuck. I hated pictures. You're from Jersey. In Jersey, you're not supposed to be taking pictures anyway. So put the fucking camera away, cocksucker. And that's it, and that's that. That's another episode of the motherfucking joint for March 17th, 2021. The light is almost there. Don't get too excited yet. There's still another shoe that's going to drop. But for now, the light's almost there at the end of the tunnel. Pick yourself up, read a book, go for a walk. The weather's starting to get nice. And that's it. We're almost back, guys. Thank you. Make your fucking plans, but keep them loose, because you never know what the other shoe's going to drop right now. Remember what I told you. I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Have a great week. I want to thank all our sponsors. But now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors. Have a great weekend. Love you. Stay black. All right. I want to thank you savages for listening to that. I want to thank nobody. Nobody came on. I was all confused. It's just me alone giving you motherfuckers an ear beating like La Descarga in Spanish on Patreon. I just give you a fucking ear beating in Spanish once a week on Mondays. But anyway, the joint is brought to you by Gabi Insurance. Gabi, Gabi. We're all looking on ways to save money right now, especially now. So let me ask you this. How'd you like to save an extra $961 a year in your pocket? That's how much Gabi customers save per year on their home and car insurance. Before you go looking for insurance, talk to Gabi. I did, and I saved money on I had to get a car. I had a lease. I turned it in L.A., and when I got here, I had to lease a new car. They gave me a binder on a Friday, I didn't know who to come. I said, let me give Gabi a shot. Tremendous. My wife said I'm saving, I don't know how many hundreds I'm saving from what I was paying in L.A. Compare what you got with 40 of the top insurance providers like Progressive, Nationwide, and Travelers. Just link your current insurance account, and in about 2 minutes, you'll be able to see the quotes from the exact same coverage you currently have. Listen, man, I'm talking about saving money here. A couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. You know, when we move to Jersey, we don't have to pay for water no more. No more water tanks. The Jersey water is nice and sweet. They got drugs in there. You go crazy, so you save money. So we save money with the water. Any opportunity I can save you guys money, I will. That's why I'm telling you to check out Gabby Insurance right now. So do me a favor. You're probably overpaying on your car and your home insurance. See how much Gabby can save you. It's totally free to check, and there's no obligation. It's free to check. Just go to Gabby.com, GABI.com/Uncle Joey, and give it a whoop. It's free. If you could save some money, if I could save you $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, you wouldn't love Uncle Joey even more than you love him now? Come on, give me a breather. Go to Gabby.com/Uncle Joey. Again, go to Gabby.com/Uncle Joey and just take a look. Take a chance. Columbus did. The joint is also brought to you by, oh, Jesus Christ, DraftKings from the fucking heart of New Jersey. Listen, listen, this is the biggest time of the year. It's March. And some people call it March Madness, whatever the hell you want to call it. At DraftKings, it's March Insanity. Here it is. They're going to give you 64-1 odds. This is crazy. You bet $4 on an underdog. If they win, you're up $256. And you keep going. Who's going to win? You think you know? Well, take a chance. Columbus did. Put your money where your fucking mouth is. All it takes is $4 to get a shot at winning $256. You can't wait. Wait till you go to the ATM that's spitting 20s at you and bitches all around you. Everybody wants to suck your dick. Why? Because Uncle Joey turns you on to DraftKings. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. College ball ain't for you? That's okay. NBA, golf, hockey, and so much more. And they got great odds and promotions. And they have boosts. Listen, it is just fun. You go on there, if you're looking to make real money, like if you're the real deal Holyfield, you're not going to get in trouble. For me, it's fun. I'm not doing nothing on a Tuesday night. I go, I look, I call the Philly Godfather or Danny B wins. Boom, they give me a game. I bet it. You want me to tell you what I bet? $50. $35 just to watch the game and have some fun on DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook app out. So do me a favor right now. DraftKings is safe, secure, reliable. You withdraw your money when you want. It's your fucking money. So what are we doing here? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the luck of the Irish. It's a fucking lucky day today. Today's your motherfucking day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Today. Use promo code Joey. When you sign up, you turn $4 into $256. If the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset, that's code Joey to turn $4 into $256. And it's only for a limited time only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. The best. Here's the part the lawyers make me say. You got to be 21 years or older. Go roller skating. I don't know what to tell you. Bet on fucking pigeons that you shoot with your little rickshaw. I don't know. New Jersey, Indiana, PA, Tennessee. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Now, if you got a gambling problem, I don't want to make it worse. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you're straight, let me tell you something. This is the weekend to get your party started. Turn $4 into $256 by downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Tell them Uncle Joey sent you. I want to thank DraftKings. I want to thank Gabby Insurance. I want to thank fucking the people who shave your balls. Manscaped. I want to thank everybody who was part of the team this week. I love all you motherfuckers with all my heart. But I'm talking to you guys. I love you guys. You know I got your back. Thank you for watching Monday. And thank you for enjoying today's podcast. I love you cocksuckers with all my heart. Stay black. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you Monday morning. Tip top Magoo.